Rahul is an all-format Indian batsman that has the class and skill to bat in any position in the batting order. With the ability to time the ball with ease, he has combined his solid batting fundamentals with aggressive stroke play to score runs in all formats. Here we'll be analysing his batting style and technique. When facing the fast bowlers, Rahul typically sets up with an open stance, with his back foot on middle line leg and front foot slightly outside leg stump. As the bowler is in their delivery stride, he moves his back foot slightly back and across, and his front foot on the line of middle. This is his initial front foot press, and from this position he transfers his weight forward or back depending on the length. On this occasion he transfers the weight onto the front foot as he drives through the offside. Here is another example to highlight the batting stance and trigger. He has an initial open stance, and from here he has a slight back and across movement from the back foot and has a small front foot press. On this occasion he gets a bigger stride out to the ball to defend the ball with soft hands. Rahul is a gifted timer of the ball through the offside. Utilising his soft hands, he can manipulate the gaps with relative ease to pick up runs. In this first example from the initial front foot press, he gets a large stride out to the ball. He has a deep stretch and bend of the knees that allows him to get low on the delivery. At the point of contact, his top hand comes slightly across to hit the ball down into the ground. This is a similar style to Virat Kohli. As he finishes the shot, he holds the pose maintaining a high elbow, which emphasises the control of the top hand. He plays the ball under his eyes, which also shows how closely he watches the ball. In this second example, we see a variation of Rahul's offside driving. From his initial front foot press, his front foot moves down the pitch, which creates room for him to free up his arms. He has an excellent bend in both knees, which allows him to generate power and momentum into the shot. As Rahul makes contact with the ball, he collapses his back leg and stays solid and low. At the point of contact, Rahul smartly opens the face of the bat to hit the ball square into the gap. The highlight of the shot is the whip of the wrist and the use of the bottom hand to jam down on the ball and to generate pace into the shot. In his third example, Rahul displays another skill of his offside driving ability. As the bowler is in their delivery stride, he moves back and across his stumps. He then has a front foot press. From this position, he utilises the bend of the knees as he collapses the back knee, which in turn allows him to open up his hips to enable him to hit to the offside. He keeps a solid base and a still head position as his hands come through the line to drive the ball with ease over the offside. The key feature here is the bend of the knees and the use of the back knee to bend and drive his hips into the drive. Due to Rahul's excellent balance and timing, he can drive the ball down the ground with ease. In this example, he has an open stance and moves his front foot slightly across. As the ball is released, he moves his front foot across his stumps and his head positions just over the line of the off stump. Once again, we see the excellent bend of the knees. From this position, he straightens the knees to allow him to stand tall and to clear his legs to allow the bat to come through where the back leg was bent. The bat comes down perfectly straight as he drives the ball down the ground, maintaining excellent balance and a strong high elbow. The high elbow illustrates the control of the top hand to allow him to play the ball straight. In this second example, Rahul once again plants his front foot across his stumps with his head position around the off stump. He straightens both legs from the bent knee positions to allow the bat swing to come down straight. On this occasion, the ball is bowled much straighter and the bottom hand takes over a fraction to drive the ball towards mid-on. Rahul likes to build his innings picking up ones and twos to rotate the strike before becoming more expansive in his shot play. An important part of his technique that allows him to do this are his soft hands. Rahul has soft hands combined with a solid technique that allows him to defensively push the ball and rotate the strike. In these examples, he allows the ball to come onto the bat and will on occasions open the face at the last moment with soft hands to pinch the single. Against the fast bowlers, Rahul typically picks the bat up between the wicketkeeper and first slip. As the ball is released and he picks the length, the bat retracts towards his right shoulder with the bat face more towards the wicketkeeper's right leg. From this position, the bat will come through defensively or aggressively. Here's another example of the bat held pointing towards first slip and wicketkeeper. He then picks up towards the wicketkeeper's right leg. The retraction of the bat towards the right shoulder allows Rahul to play straight. It is also important to note his hands tend to be under his eye line. Rahul has a simplistic and unfiltered approach when playing the short ball. From his initial front foot press, at which point the ball is released, he springs up, getting into a tall position. Using the bend in the knees, he generates power to allow him to stand tall. What is interesting to see is that his weight is on the front foot and he drives his upper body up from the front leg. He has high hands which allow him to get his hands over the ball. We can see as he springs up from the bent knees, his hips rotate through as he transfers the weight from the front foot to back foot. The rotation of the hips through allows the high hands to get on top of the ball. Rahul is a top player of spin. Tactically, he can play the spinner off the back foot to force the bowler to bowl a fuller length to try and bring him forward. As a follow-up, he can skip down the track to disrupt the full length by using his quick feet. When facing the spinners, Rahul sets up with a slightly open stance. As the ball is released, he utilises a front foot press. From this position, depending on the length, he'll move forward or back. On this occasion, he moves his back foot back and then clears his front foot to make room to punch to the offside. In the second example, we see the open stance. As the ball is released, he has a front foot press, which is the position he makes the movement forward or back from. On this occasion, he moves his front foot further down the pitch as he defends the ball. When using his feet to the spinners, Rahul's initial front foot press is made as the ball is released. The press is made down the pitch and across his stumps. His back foot follows down the line of leg stump. The line the back foot travels down is the line that the front foot will open up into for the power hit position. Rahul stays low on the ball using the bend of the knees, and he uses the back leg and hip to rotate through to allow his arms to extend through the shot. As he completes the shot, he comes through on one leg, highlighting his excellent balance. Rahul has the ability and skill to reverse sweep the spinners. In this first example, as the ball is released, he turns the bat face and begins to move his front foot across his stumps. As the ball pitches, we can see he has a conventional stance as a right-handed batsman. However, he has turned his back grip to reverse sweep the ball, using the flick of the wrist to generate pace and power on the shot. Once again, the key to the shot is his still head positioning, allowing him to watch the ball closely. In this next example, Rahul steps outside leg stump. As the ball is released, he moves his back leg across his stumps and clears his front leg. This allows his hands to extend through to sweep the ball. As we can see, he switched his grip. He collapses his left leg, which now is technically his back leg, like a left-hander. He keeps low and sweeps the ball with power. As mentioned earlier, when facing the fast bowlers, Rahul likes to use his soft hands to drop and run the singles. Against the spinners, he also follows the same template to rotate the strike. He gets forward to the full-length deliveries and uses his soft hands to play late and to open the face to drop and run. This is an important part of his game against spin, mixing attack and constant strike rotation to keep the scoreboard ticking.